Are you sick of daddy's little girl speeding past you on the freeway in her new Lamborghini? Yeah, me too. Enough is enough, guys. I'm going to tell you about some affordable cars that can take on the elites without breaking the bank. Hello and what's up, guys? I'm Bradley, and welcome back to Hot Cars. Let's start off our list with the Toyota GR Supra. The A80 Toyota Supra was one of the best things to come out of Japan in the 90s, right behind Super Mario World and Pokemon. Unlike Pikachu and friends, this 90s legend didn't hang around for very long and left us all wishing for a comeback. 2020 was the year our dreams came through, as did our nightmares. Not every gearhead was happy with the J29DB, but this car has been steadily improving since its introduction and finally has a manual option. But even the 3.0 turbo automatic packs 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque. That'll take the Supra to 60 from a standstill in under 4 seconds. And at a price of $44,640? Man, that's a cheap option if you want to compete with a supercar. Next up, the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 C8. The Chevrolet Corvette has always been a cool-looking car. After all, it's America's sports car. But a cool-looking car doesn't rival a Bugatti. Well, that was until 3 years ago when the C8 Vet came along. The mid-engine format intrigued some fans and horrified others, but this awesome sports car has now won over its doubters. This thing looks like a legit supercar, and the C8 Z06 drives like one too. The 5.5-liter LT6 V8 has a forehead-crumpling 670 horsepower and can do 0 to 60 in just over 2.5 seconds. This has struck fear into owners of ridiculously expensive exotic cars everywhere, and when you consider it costs a mere fraction of the Chiron, it's easy to see why. Ford Mustang Dark Horse. It's not only sports cars that can now compete with the Millionaires Club, muscle cars are also getting in on the act. The Ford Mustang has always been a favorite of gearheads, but they haven't been a match for many of the highest performance exotic cars available. In recent years, that's been changing, and the trend is on an upward trajectory, guys. The 2024 Dark Horse will be the most powerful non-Shelby Mustang ever released. This demonic pony, no, not that one, will produce 500 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque thanks to its new Coyote 5.0-liter V8. This is one serious car considering it'll only cost a fifth of the price of a Ferrari F8 Tributo. Porsche 911 Turbo 997. It's not only new cars that can match the exotics for looks and performance. The 997 edition of the Porsche 911 had supercar owners sweating back in the day. This car still looks as good as ever, and its 3.0-liter twin-turbo engine puts out 480 horsepower, meaning this classic can hit 60 from a dead stop in just 3.2 seconds. And the best part? It'll only set you back $70,000 bucks. Chevrolet Corvette Z06 C6. Alright, so maybe you don't have the money for a new Z06. What are you going to do? Simple. Buy yourself an older Z06 for around 50 grand. You can't argue with how it looks, and with a top speed of almost 200 miles an hour, you certainly can't complain about the performance. When it was released, the C6 Z06 had the most powerful naturally aspirated engine that GM had ever built. Its monstrous 7-liter LS7 V8 churned out 505 horsepower and propelled that car from 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds. Woo! Go America. Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE. Well, Transformers fans will be sad to know that the 6th-gen Chevy Camaro is almost at an end. If only Paramount would do the same with the movie franchise. The latest Camaro is a sleek muscle car for an affordable price. But if you want to take it to the next level, you could splash $70,000 on the ZL1 1LE package. This 6.2-liter supercharged Camaro has the power to keep up with almost anything on 4 wheels. This car boasts 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, along with a 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds. Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Keeping that American love going. Listen, if you're looking for a muscle car with that raw power to take on an exotic, then you get yourself a Dodge Challenger Hellcat before they're all gone. And if you really want to go all out, you got to consider the Hellcat Red Eye. It packs 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. Woo! This is all thanks to the Challenger's 6.2-liter supercharged V8 that launches this pony from 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. That's more muscle than an 80s action flick, all for 70 grand. The Audi R8. Now, the Audi R8 is one car that can truly compete with the best that exotics have to offer. Around 15 years ago, Audi unleashed this sports car with a 4.2-liter V8 that had an output of 414 horsepower. That clearly wasn't insane enough for some drivers, so the R8 got more steroids than an amateur wrestling contest pumped into it. The V8 was replaced by a 5.2-liter V10 that produced 525 horsepower and could pull off 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. Prices still range from $72,000 to about $110,000 for one of these epic German cars, so they aren't cheap, but they cost a whole lot less than a new Huracan. Jaguar F-Type R. Alas, the F-Type is yet another timeless classic that's about to go extinct as the automobile world evolves to electric. The variants of this car have certainly left their mark though, and the F-Type R was the pick of the bunch. This Jag's 5-liter supercharged V8 packed 550 horsepower and gave a 0 to 60 time in the mid-3 seconds range, with a top speed of 186 miles an hour. And one of the best things about this car is its depreciating price tag. You could pick up one of these supercar killers for as little as $51,000 these days. Good deal. And Mercedes-Benz SLK 55 AMG. Well, if money is your deciding factor, then don't fret. Yeah, I've always got an option for you cheapskates like myself. The Mercedes-Benz SLK 55 AMG was the car that inspired the AMG Black Series, and now you can have one for a mere $24,000. And you get a lot of bang for those bucks with this pint-sized Merc. The 5.4-liter V8 develops 355 horsepower that'll take this car from 0 to 60 in less than 4.5. So there you go. There's a whole lot of reasons not to be intimidated by those supercars. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.